you ever had a trade that just really got to you? One, you maybe got out of it, and maybe a small loss, or even profitably, and then you look back a day later or a week later, you see what that stock did, and you just hang your head over the profit you left on the table. Well, it just happened to me, and I want to share it with you because we are all in this together, and I want you to know this does not just happen to you. It happens to all of us who trade. Let's take a look at this chart. This is FCEL, ticker symbol FCEL. It's an actual trade I gave in the PVA service. Now, we bought this stock in a call option back on November the 17th, which was right here, that little tiny red candle. The stock was around $4 a share, and we had a great run on this one. I mean, we sold half for like 100% profit in a day, literally the next day. Sold the next chunk at like 300 or 400%, sold 500 or 600% on a piece. And in our last piece of these options, I recommended selling them about 5 days ago, right up here when the stock was trading around $12 or so. We made a 900% gain on those options. Now, at the time, I felt like a pretty smart guy, right? You've been there. Well, then I opened the chart back up today to see what the stock has done since. Take a look. It's now up to $19. Those options I just recommended our members take a 900% profit on now have a 1,900% profit. That's right. We paid 74 cents a piece, number $74 per contract. They now trade for $14.50 or $1,450. And in fact, as you see here, the post-market price of $20, the stock has gapped up another dollar post-market, so they're likely going to be even higher tomorrow. Now, I exit out of these things because they do expire this coming Friday, and you can't hold them forever. But what I did is I left 1,000 percentage points on the table. Folks, that stings. I don't care who you are. But if you've been there or you're there right now, if you've taken wins and thought, man, I could have made more, or worse, you take a loss only to see a trade come back, I want you to know that we all do it. But when it comes to your longevity as a trader, the likelihood that you will succeed long-term and be a profitable, consistently profitable trader, I believe it all boils down to essentially two things. The first, you got to win more than you lose. It's just that simple, all right? If you take a look at your trades, your last 20, 50, 100 trades, and you're losing more than you're winning, you may want to rethink your strategy or the approach you're taking. And second is, how much are you making versus how much are you losing when you win and when you lose? You can look at this in a percentage basis or you can look at it at a dollar basis. But the important thing is you need to be making a lot more when you're right and losing a lot less when you're wrong. Now, you know, our average return here for this FCEL trade, meaning the piece we took half of at 100% and then a quarter and a piece, we made around 345% on these options. We made 208% on Avi, made 198% on Visa. I have a pretty good idea of what our average return is, and I can calculate that down to a very specific number. On the other side are your losses, okay? If you're only making 20 or 30% when you're right, that's fine as long as you're not losing 100% when you're wrong. We just closed out a losing trade this morning, and I'm not ashamed to show it to you. Here it is. The stock is SolarWinds, SWI. Now, the stock fell on news that it had been hacked, fell right here into volume, thought it would be a great place for buyers to step in and pick it up. Turned out the news was a little worse than we thought, so it fell to the next volume area right here and is now forming a base and will likely climb from there. Nonetheless, I was wrong. The stock didn't stop where I thought it was going to. And so this afternoon, I recommended exiting this trade at a 31% loss. So is a 31% loss easy to take? No, it sucks. I don't like it. But when you're making 200, 300, 150, 600, 900% when you're right, and you're losing 31, 32, 35% when you're wrong, you're going to be okay. So all I want you to take away from this is just those two things. One, be sure you are winning more than you're losing, and be sure when you win, you're making more money than you lose when you're wrong. If those two variables are lined up, you got a great future as a trader. Now, if you're new to trading, overwhelmed, or simply looking for new ideas, I would encourage you to take a look at my Precision Volume Alert service. Now, the Precision Volume Alert service is based off the volume roadmap. It's this white histogram on the right side of the chart that shows you what I believe to be the secret key to the market. It shows you where the large institutional activity as the prices that the big money on Wall Street likes to buy and sell at. Because this gives us two advantages. Number one, it allows us to be extremely precise. We can enter in trades at very specific points where we believe the market will rally from and use fairly tight stops when we don't have to risk a lot of money. And secondly, this level of precision, knowing where I want to buy and sell, allows me to model trades to extract the highest possible percentage return from that. I showed you this FCEL trade. The stock has done well. It's up a couple of 100%. But again, those options are up. Well, we made 900%. They're up 1,900% because we were able to model a trade designed to make a maximum percentage return off the move we were expecting. And then when you get a little bit of extra, you see what can happen. So if you want to learn more about it, click the link below this video. I've got an on-demand training session where I'm going to lay out my entire methodology. Judge it for yourself, but I'm telling you, it will completely change the way you look at stocks, and I believe make you a far better trader.